intern. Are we paying that guy for singing? I don't hope not, because that's not in the budget. We are paying them to play, but not to anything else. All right, let's bring in our good friend Chase McCabe from ESPN 102.5 The Game. Good morning, Chaser.
Hi, JoJo. How you doing?
You sound good, buddy. Hey, let's start off by congratulating you. You are now the program director at ESPN 102.5 The Game. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Started with you as an intern and somehow stayed in this business. So I don't know what that says about me, but my first interaction with Joe Dubin was, oh, he is cute. So I stuck around. I will
tell you this. I speak of you often and frequently when I'm talking to groups and events and other interns because you can tell within 15 seconds, and I'm not kidding you, whether an intern is going to make it in the business, and you were from the moment I met you, we're gung-ho about this. So all this is not surprising to me. So congratulations.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. You've been a big help and a big mentor to me. So I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to big things with our stations and continuing my on-air career as well.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the Nashville Predators tonight. As of now, the game is back on versus Colorado. I know it's postponed Tuesday because of COVID protocols with the Calgary Flames. So the Preds, as of now, are back on the ice?
Yes, that is the plan, that they will play Colorado tonight. Now, they're going to be without some players because of the COVID-19 protocols. This is a league thing. This isn't just the Preds right now. There are several teams that have been affected by this and with positive tests. The good news from what I'm told is that, a lot of these positive tests, these guys aren't showing symptoms. So it's not like everybody is, sick. It's just they have the testing that they're going through. But the interesting part for the Preds tonight is on the COVID list, as announced by the team yesterday, head coach John Hines, assistant coaches Dan Lambert and Todd Richards, and goaltending coach Ben Vanderklok. So Dan Hinote is the only one that has not tested positive. He will be the acting head coach. They will most likely call up some coaches from the Milwaukee Admirals to help and to be behind the bench. But so that's kind of interesting. Going to be without most of the coaching staff. And then players, Mikhail Granlund, Ryan Johansson, Matt Luff, Michael McCarron, Phil Tomasino, and Ben Harper on the list as of right now. So it's going to look different.
They've got one coach.
Yes, Dan Hinote.
And that's something else too. People have asked me and is like, well, Hines or the coach can communicate with the other coach during the game. And that is at least in the NFL and college, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, my understanding is it's just like that they're just out. They got to watch like everybody else. So I don't believe that there's any type of communication that is allowed. So Dan Hinote has been obviously a player in this league. He played a long time, played with Chris Mason with the St. Louis Blues. So they're familiar with each other, but he's been on the coaching staff now 2 years and been a coach. So he'll be fine. And I don't know if they'll bring Carl Taylor up, who's the head coach of the Milwaukee Admirals, or just some of the assistants, but he'll have help and be fine from that standpoint. It's just, what does the roster look like? Because, right. Granlund, Johansson, those are big players. Phil Tomasino, the rookie, has had a really nice year. And then you have some guys that been depth guys in Matt Luff and McCarron and Harper, but still, that's three guys that you're taking out of the lineup. And also Matt Duchene has missed the last couple of games with injury. So what's his status? Is he's going to be available? So they're pretty thin at center. So if you feel like you could keep your balance, you might have a shot tonight, Joe.
They might call up some of the guys from the Mighty Drunks, the
maybe
local hockey team, to play tonight.
Maybe Jeremy K. Gover playing defense. We'll see.
Hey, you got bodies on the ice. It goes there. It's unfortunate too. I mean, I know everybody's going to stay safe and healthy. I get all that, yeah. But the Preds are on fire right now. 5 straight.
Yeah, and that's the tough part. I hosted Smashville Live last night and talked to UC Saros and Ellie Tolvanen, and that was kind of their thing of we got a lot of momentum, we got a lot of confidence right now. We want to keep that going, especially coming back to our home ice. They were supposed to have 2 games at home this week with Calgary and Colorado. Obviously, we know Calgary was postponed, and so they'll have that tonight, and then they leave right after the game to play Chicago tomorrow night. Which we all know that it's not the same Chicago Blackhawks, but that's still a tough place to play. They've already lost there once this year. And so that's a big Central Division. These are 2 big Central Division games that they would like to continue their winning ways on. But this team has been faced with adversity before, and they overcome. I think we all remember several years ago in Detroit the soup game where they got food poisoning and half the
They did.
team missed, and that was when a lot of guys that are members of the lineup now, like a Colton Sissons, they got called up from Milwaukee to be the heroes, and they ended up getting the win. So stranger things have happened, but we'll see what the lineup looks like exactly tonight.
All right, get your reaction to this. We'll pull this picture up. You can see it. This just makes me laugh. Urban Meyer out as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Chase, we all knew, and we'll talk about how this affects the Titans, but we all knew this was going to be a disaster when Urban Meyer got out. We all knew this.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be a disaster to the point that it's been, like with the incidents that have happened. I mean, the story comes out yet. We all know about his extracurriculars in Ohio,
Yes.
being the urban cowboy, but but Josh Lambo, the former kicker of the Jags, who was a kicker there for a long time, comes out with a story yesterday, claiming that Urban kicked him, that he's on the field and about to line up for a kick in practice, and Urban Meyer kicked him relatively hard and said, "Make this bleeping kick." And Josh Lambo was like, "Don't ever do that again." And then Lambo gets cut a few weeks later after missing some field goals in their first game. And so he comes out with this story. And then, there have been other reports that tension was very high between assistant coaches and players and Urban Meyer. And, if you watch the handshake, if you want to call it that, between Mike Vrabel, who coached for Urban Meyer at Ohio State, if you watch that, you just see the look on Urban Meyer's face where he just looks absolutely miserable. I said on the air that he has that look of just shoot me. But again, he's brought on this a lot of himself, and you can't kick a player. I don't care who you are or how powerful you are. I mean, you can't hit your employees, and that's what he did. So he deserves everything that's happening to him. But you're right. We all knew it was going to be a disaster, maybe just not to this level.
And $10 million he walks away from. And so if you're a Titan, so it's funny, Urban Meyer's last game was against the Titans. They looked terrible. They get beat 20-0. He leaves I think they're 2-11, his record there. So if you're the Titans, you're kind of sad because you'd like to have seen Urban Meyer stay there for a couple more years.
Yeah, that's what Twitter's definitely been saying is, hey, good for the Jags, good for Trevor Lawrence, bad for the Titans. I think that's exactly what Jared Stillman said on his Twitter. But my thing to that is, I think Trevor Lawrence is a very talented quarterback, and if he's developed right, I think he can have a very, very good career in the NFL. The problem is he plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shad Khan, their owner, doesn't seem to get it. I mean, when he hired Urban Meyer, everybody was going, "What are you doing?" There's a lot of qualified NFL coaches out there, up and comers, that would have been a better fit to develop your quarterback than Urban Meyer, that had zero NFL experience. I mean, I would have at least understood it more if they had hired Dabo Sweeney, but they didn't. So
Maybe they will now.
We'll see. I mean, who knows? Like, you never know with them of what they're going to pull off. I mean, they got the quarterback and the running back there, so they could possibly do that. But
what just awful, awful. All right, so Chaser, hang on. Celebrity birthdays, you and the intern.
Oh yeah.
So stay through the break. We'll do that next. Chase McCabe's going to join us. Celebrity birthdays. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.